Welcome back to another episode of CouchSide. We've awoken from a very long slumber to bring you a brand new episode. Today we're going to be talking about a big fracas going on in our country. It's called the DAPL. My name is Mario. This is Gerald. So what is the DAPL, Gerald?
Well, the DAPL is over 1,000 miles of pipeline, planned to go from North Dakota to Illinois, crossing vast areas of farms, lakes, and protected areas. If this project follows through, hundreds and thousands of lives will be affected, including those of Native American tribes that have been living there for hundreds of years.
Why should we care about it?
I mean, I think the better question is why should we not?
True.
I mean, it's not even a question. This is, if you look at the original plans, they moved it to stop it from affecting the water of the populations in the area, only to move it to an area and lands owned by people that barely have anything, I think. You know?
Yeah. So they went from moving this pipeline to the capital, Bismarck, to protected Native American lands in North Dakota. Apparently, they're not important, which I think is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Aside from that, you're also considering the risk of not just runoff, but cracks in the pipeline that are going to take, constant maintenance. And you also have to think about, all the pipelines that do exist in North America. Over the past 20 years, millions of barrels of oil have been lost just in transporting this.
Yeah.
And that's just considering pipelines. That's not considering trucks, boats, trains, other modes of transportation.
Yeah, look what happened in New Orleans. Remember that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at what happened in Alabama earlier this week. Earlier this week there was an explosion in Alabama that killed a couple people, because of a crude oil explosion.
And now they want to build this pipeline, and from a point of view of probably like an oil provider, I could see the benefits of this. You're helping get that oil.
Right.
Those thousands of miles.
From their perspective, it's the least dangerous method of transporting it, but at the same time, you run so many risks, and you're destroying thousands of people's homes.
Yeah, these are people, within history, pick up a history book, you find out most of these people's lands have been taken away from them over the last 300 years. And they've been moved to these tiny reservations, and now you want to destroy even more of it for the betterment of a corporation,
which I think is ridiculous.
And
so many people have brought their attention to it.
Yeah.
Facebook, for example, is going crazy. I've heard of a lot of people just checking in at Standing Rock.
Yeah, actually. So apparently, the story is that the police were using Facebook to track who was at these events, at these protests. So the creative minds on social media, one of the best parts of social media, decided have everybody check in, whether you're in Maryland, New York, wherever. I've seen friends all over the country checking in to Standing Rock, and even myself. I think it's really cool that everybody's coming together for this, because if you look at the news, they're not really talking about it.
Right.
And I didn't even see a CNN article until the whole social media thing happened, and that's disturbing to me.
Yeah. You know why? Honestly, I think it's happening.
Why?
And I hope the government doesn't strike me down for this.
Yeah, hopefully we got.
Because multi-million-dollar companies are running the government.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah. There's a lot of money in it. There's a lot of money in oil money. You know what they say? Oil will start wars.
That's true.
There's a lot of money in it, and as long as there's money in it, it's gonna continue. Things like this will continue.
Right.
But the sad thing about it is I look at it and I'm thinking in my head, like, if someone wanted to build a pipeline through my neighborhood, and you knew that it was going to have to destroy houses, farmlands, even your own home, why in the world, would you want to do that? From the point of view of just your mind, the mind of someone, I guess I don't have millions of dollars vested in this, but from the point of view as a human, I'm not going to destroy someone's home.
Right.
For that. And I don't know the full legitimates, the operation side. I don't know the the full scale of the construction,
Right.
but I do know that most of that country out there is desolate.
Right.
At what point did you say, well, we could build it in this land that's not even being used? I'm wondering why they didn't think about that.
That's true. But regardless of that, I think you have to, like you said, look at it from a humanity standpoint. Think about the lives that you're affecting, and you also have to kind of modify the way that we're approaching the whole energy situation.
Yeah, I think, you know...
It's time for a change.
Yeah, it's definitely time for a change. And, you know, as we get deeper into the century, as you see more natural disasters happening,
Right.
I mean, what's today? It's November 3rd?
Yeah.
November 3rd, in Maryland, I'm wearing shorts. Don't let it fool you. I was wearing a t-shirt here.
Yeah, it's
80
nighttime.
degrees.
It's nighttime. It's
It's
like 70
night,
degrees
like we're
outside.
filming this, it's 80 degrees out right now at 9 p.m. Like that's insane. And you know, of course, that's probably
It's not
something-
even bonfire weather.
Yeah, this isn't even bonfire weather. It's November. Like, what's going on? But you see things like this, and you're wondering, well, why are we still chasing fossil fuels? Why are we still chasing things that are damaging our country? I mean, you go down the Eastern Shore. I've driven through the middle of the country. I see these big, beautiful white windmills, and people say it's not aesthetically pleasing, and this, that, and the other.
I think it's serene.
It's serene and beautiful to me, in the fact that it's helping our planet.
Right.
You know, there's solar power. I know my friends of mine have gotten solar power in their houses. In the long run, it's going to help them rather than relying on fossil fuels. I think that's the step this country needs to go to. We need to get away from oil. All it is causing war and turmoil for people. People are dying for it.
You know, speaking of solar power, I read somewhere recently. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's in Delaware. They are now charging people to use solar panels.
What does that even mean? Why? Why? Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to research it out. What?
No, but seriously,
We live
I
in a
think
selfish
lobbyists,
society.
oil companies, they need to get their hands out of our pockets.
Yeah, I think it's gone on too long.
Yeah.
And I think the damage it's doing to the country, the threats of the fact that it's going to, I mean, just these people in these tribes, there's a possibility it could seriously hurt them if this continues.
Right.
Not to mention throughout, just this country, in the last 10 years, how many accidents have been. Again, New Orleans, the water was, what was it? No, it was BP.
Yeah, it was
BP, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, you're poisoning water.
I think they're still experiencing the ramifications.
They're still experiencing it. I don't think they've still fully recovered. But, I mean, you're just poisoning so much. It's not worth it.
The time for change is
It's
now.
Yes, today.
Today.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we want to hear what you think, honestly.
I really do. Yeah, because this is a conversation that doesn't need to stop. I think this is a conversation that needs to keep going.
It's an open conversation,
Yeah.
and we want to hear both sides.
Yeah.
We want to hear how you feel, if you are for it or if you're against it.
We won't judge you. Might look at you funny, but we won't judge you.
Yeah. So that's our show for tonight. Thanks for watching. Make sure you watch our other videos on YouTube.
And don't forget to subscribe and like and share our videos.
Have a good night.